So, hello everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I'm sitting here with Donovan, the recovering Democrat Saadiq, also known as the Black Yule Brenner. And this is our podcast where we are not live, we are recorded because sometimes we like to argue amongst ourselves without the comment section. I'm just kidding. I hope we don't argue today. But nevertheless, the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we're great people, but we can always try to do better. Today, we're going to be talking about a mother who has had it up to here with her son and his baby mom. They live with her, and she just can't take it anymore. So she posted a video on TikTok asking for our help. So we're going to try to give it to her, I hope. But nevertheless, Donovan, how are you?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We are not live. I am doing great. Thank you for asking. And I know you're doing pretty good down there in Houston. Keep up the good work on the work you do on the African Diaspora News Channel. For those that don't know, this is the podcast. We're not actually live, but you can still support the channel by donating. And for those of you guys that have donated over the years, we really appreciate this. We've been doing this for over 8 years, and your support has been pivotal to us continuing to do this and be motivated. The ways you can do that: Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and cash, money order. We take it all. So just go ahead and continue to do that. Also, do not forget to download the African Diaspora News Channel app. The way we're looking at it, you guys, if we can get 2 or 3 people to subscribe to the African Diaspora News Channel app per show, we're going to be looking good, and that would be that much sooner we can get off the platforms. And you can download the African Diaspora News Channel app at Google Play and the Apple Store, or you can go straight to YouTube, become a member, subscribe. The best option is the yearly subscription. You're going to get the Emancipation Channel. One thing great that I like about the Emancipation Channel, it isn't politics all the time. It's different subjects, different things that are happening around the United States, and getting, Black empowerment and all that other stuff. I mean, just different things. Cooking with Kaya, that might be on there. I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, it could be, if you're into that stuff. So a lot of great things going on there. And again, you've got great contributors, African Diaspora News Channel, like Wangel, Vicki Dillard, Demetra K, Brother Phil Scott, all of this great stuff. Because remember, in 2 years, we're going to have another election. And in those 2 years, you guys are going to be more informed, because a lot of you guys have turned to social media to where you get your news. So not only do you get it on YouTube, you can see African Diaspora News Channel on Instagram, and you can also see it on X. So again, please subscribe. The sooner we get our numbers up and we get enough people over there, we can leave these platforms and talk about the revolution in private among ourselves. Demetra, so what do you got for us today?
All right, so we are going to get into the video. I think we'll be here about 30 minutes or so. We always say that, and then we'll be here longer. Lord have mercy. But anyway, let's get into this video, and then I want to see what you guys also say in the comment section. What's the best advice we can give this mother? Here we go.
Look at this house.
Look at it.
Come on now. I let y'all sleep in my room. This how y'all do my room. Y'all got clothes everywhere.
Look
like,
at
what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Look at
like,
it.
stop playing with me.
Look
at
at
the
it.
bathroom. Why do y'all do this? Why do you just let your baby mess up every
what?
damn
Look
thing?
at it.
Y'all
Look
got
at
y'all
that.
clothes just lined up on the damn wall. Why y'all don't put y'all damn clothes up? Y'all got a whole room. Y'all got my whole stuff. And y'all got a whole room
Look at
with
it.
drawers and dresses
So
and stuff.
what?
I done gave y'all chance after chance. Y'all
So
finna have to
what?
get out.
So
Y'all
what?
finna have to get out my house.
I'm cleaning up.
Cause my damn couch pushed over here because y'all want to have movie night in my damn living room. Shit. Get my shit together right now. Now you want to clean up. Don't say you want to clean up. You want to clean up now.
I'm cleaning up now. That's all that matters. So
No, it don't matter. I don't care. You gotta go. You and your girlfriend gotta go. And y'all gotta take the baby. I love my grandbaby. I love my grandbaby, but I can't do this no more. You got your game hooked up, cord. You done pushed over my sound bar. I just can't. Look how you got all these cords up here. Like, this is just. Oh my
where we
god.
gonna go?
I don't know, to a shelter.
Who going to a shelter?
You.
Going to a shelter. I'm not.
You and your baby and your girlfriend. Y'all got this damn playpen over here with all these damn toys in it. Straighten up the damn toys in the playpen.
No.
All right, Donovan, what is your opinion?
My opinion on this, and I'm going to make a statement. This situation is so common in the Black community and a lot of communities of economic lacking. Let me say that, economic lacking. And I want to say this. Let me get this reverb. There's a lot of reverb on this thing. So I just want to say this. There's a big difference between when a mother says something in a mother's rules and then when a father has rules. And because mothers are very nurturing by nature and you guys are very forgiving and very, liberal. Women are just liberal. That's why everybody was 92% of the vote went to black, Kamala Harris and all this other stuff. And I'm with her and all that other stuff, right? When I was married to my previous wife, she made a comment to me one day where she had her son and she was telling her son, I need you to do this, I need you to do this. And he kept putting her off, like, okay, yeah, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. Now, this boy is like 6'2, 320 pounds of pure power, right? But he was a gamer. So when I'm at work all day, right, he's just chilling and, putting his mom off, whatever. But then when he hears me drive up, he's jumping up off of that couch. And he's like, oh my God, I got to get this done, or, whatever. Now, I'm 5'10", 167 pounds. But when I said something, it meant something. And this, I know, ladies, I know you guys think having a man in the home is not important. It is when you have children, because I guarantee you, if that young man, number one, as a man, I don't want my grown son in my crib with me and my wife when I want to go fry some eggs like in Baby Boy butt naked with my wife. Do you see what I'm saying? He's a man, and I'm going to teach him to be a man, to do that. There's no way in hell I'm going to have my so-called son that is technically a man that has a family of his own in my space, because that's really hurting him as a young man. Now, if I wanted to set him up in an apartment or something like that, they get their own spot. Me and my wife, we should do that. See, that's the problem solving thing. But nobody's ever going to respect you. I'll give you an example. I'm from California. How many of you guys that are renters or owners and you're renting out property and you rent the property out and the people just don't give a damn? They're tearing the thing up and all that. Why don't they give a damn? Because it's not their stuff. So look at that lady's property. She's like, why don't y'all do this? Why don't y'all do that? Because they have no respect for you or your stuff. That is the message that's being sent. So in this situation, ladies, what I would say, and giving her advice, yes, put them out and stand on it like a rock. Because I'm telling you, we are resilient people. They will find a way. You mean to tell me that's his baby mama and she can't get Section 8 and she can't get food stamps? Do you know how many people I see at Winco over here, which is a grocery store? The boyfriend he's pushing the cart, but he's living with her. He's living with her. That's the game. She go get the place. He moves in with her. So put him out. And trust me, I know having the grandbaby as a hostage makes you feel bad, but in the end, they will figure it out. And if they're too prideful to ask for help when they need it, that's on them. But I just hate the way we supplement these children like they can't do anything. Thus, we have Maxine Waters that thinks she can't, black people can't survive without her misleadership and all this other stuff. No, they will figure it out.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. So basically, the mom is mad because the house is a mess, right? And that's understandable. And she said that you guys have your own room. Basically, my whole house is a mess. And they got the game system going. There's wires everywhere. And so I can kind of, even from how the mom is lamenting and she's raging and describing how her house looks, I can almost see it, right? As you can see, the son was sweeping. What he was sweeping, I don't know, but he was attempting to sweep. And she basically tells him, you got to get out. I love my grandbaby and, all of that, but y'all got to go. And then when at the end, she says, you need to clean up the playpen. He says, no. So in the process, she's telling him about the house. She's mad. You need to leave. But then I can hear in her voice and some of the things she was saying, she wasn't really serious. Doesn't sound like a conversation that's a new conversation to them. It's probably a conversation they have all the time, right? I don't know why she decided to film it and then go to the internet. But as y'all saw, she says, am I wrong? What do I do? I think that's what it said. I need some help. I don't know, something along those lines. My thing is this. It's hard. And I also say this. To me, it sounds like the mom is maybe young because the son looks young too, like young. For me, in my opinion, to be having a child and the baby mama that he's, I guess, kind of trying to take care of under his mom's roof. I just think it's a hard situation. For one, I don't think a lot of people have a problem taking care of their adult or helping their adult children. They got to live with them, but then you bring in your baby mama and the child, and you're not helpful. And the other problem is, not only are you not helpful, you don't disappear. And what I mean by that is, if you ever had somebody live with you, let's say they have their own room, go there. Okay. I don't want to see you all up and through the house every time and hear your mouth and, I can't think, right? I don't want to hear all that. I think if you're living with somebody, you should be less seen as possible, right? But it doesn't sound like the son is doing that. Sounds like the son is hogging up the living room. As she said, they had movie nights and they moved their stuff around, which is annoying. I get it from her point of view. They're moving stuff around, but it's like your son don't take you seriously. He don't believe that you're mad with a purpose, right? He don't believe that you're angry and you're actually going to do something about it. He's probably heard you before and like, oh, she ain't gonna do nothing. She just mad. She tripping. Let's straighten up a little bit, and then she'll be all right, because she probably is all right after they clean up and her emotions calm down or whatever the case is. But it's like, don't come to the internet if you ain't serious. I have the same ideology about people who cheat, right? Like you have a couple, one is always being cheated on, and then they go to the internet. Oh, she cheating, he cheating, she won't keep cheating. But the thing is, if you ain't gonna leave, let them cheat in peace. Mom, if you're not gonna put them out, let them have your house a mess in peace. Let them have movie night in peace. Let the playpen or whatever was going on with the playpen be a mess in peace. Mom, when you come home, you know how they have blinders on horses? Do like that and make a beeline right to your room. Don't look at nowhere else, because you're not serious. And they know you're not serious, which is why when she said clean up the playpen, he said no. Because she know you ain't, mom and moms. See, listen, I didn't have those type of parents. And my dad, who is still with us today, one of his most famous sayings, and I repeat this all the time, is I'm not going to help you do nothing. I'm not going to help you lay up on me for free while you having movie night with your woman, while you rearranging my furniture, got wires and all. You ain't gonna lay up. I'm not gonna help you do that. Now the other thing is this, Mom. Didn't sound like that was his wife. It sounded like that was his baby mama. So if I was her, as much as it would have hurt, hey Mom, we need to come live with you because you should have thought about all of that before you stuck your little thing up in her for 2 minutes. Can you go live with her mama? Now her mom, why you think you can come live with me? Now if that was your wife and y'all was on hard times, and yeah, you could come stay, you get up on your feet. I need to make sure you're saving money because I need y'all to get the hell up out of here or whatever. But you allowed your son with his baby mama because that's what she called her. Your baby mama and your grandchild that you love come up in there. They weren't committed. So what makes you think they were going to be committed to you and your household?
That's some old school talk in there. I'm going to tell you as a man, if my son and I decided to help him, even though he ain't got a baby mama, and he walked up into my house and Dad, I need to stay with you, could get myself together, which my sons are always welcome to do that. Get yourself together. There would never be a time in a day where he could come up into my house as a grown man who has children out there and whatever else going on out there as a grown so-called man. And it's amazing that these kids, they want to be grown when it's appropriate to be grown. Then they want to be children when they want to be children. So you can't have it both ways. But I would be damned. And ladies, I'm telling you, this is another thing the ladies make mistakes in. Your grown-ass son should, and especially if he's unemployed, should not be plugging up a game station to any TV. I don't care if it's in the room that he's in. He shouldn't be plugging up no game station to no TV in the damn house. Because you ain't got time to play games. You're supposed to be out there looking for a job or whatever you're doing on the internet, trying to get yourself together. And again, I know you ladies love your children so much. And Demetri, you say this all the time. There's a difference between loving your child and being in love with your child. Too many of you ladies are in love with your child, especially your boys. You guys are basically dating your boys. You will put your boys over your own man. And I've seen so many women do that. They will lose their relationships over their sons or whatever the deal is. And they got all these different baby mamas all out there. And then the Kias are giving the mom grief. But the mom still love the kids. She love the babies. But he's sticking his whatever all over the place. And instead of mom, again, the fathers have a lot of complicity in this, and the sons that they raise and not being there for their sons to give them counsel. But when are the moms going to start admonishing the boys for making children that they can't take care of? When are they going to start doing that? Yeah, in what I've seen in our community, the mothers are silent when it's about the sons out there making babies they can't afford. They need to be having that conversation. I come from a family of two big families. Both of my parents, huge families. Mom's got 12 on her side. Dad's got 20 something on his side. All with the same parents, same grandparents. I only have 2 children because I can't afford anything else. And my mom sat me down as a widowed mother and told me she ain't taking care of no grandbabies. She ain't doing this. She ain't doing that. She'll kick in here and there when it's appropriate. But outside of that, ain't nobody going to be living off her like that. When are our mothers going to actually sit down with their sons and say, son, you are now a man. You cannot be, you're going to have everybody's entitled to a mistake, Demetri. I say that all the time. Everybody's entitled to a mistake. But when the moms see their sons having 3, 4, 5 baby mamas, and you're not saying a word, the problem is on you. There's a very simple thing. And Walter came up with this. No is a complete sentence.
Or he says, I'm not in a position to do that. I'm not in a position to do that. It's not no, it's not yes. I'm just not in a position to do that. I can't, not at this time, But, the advice that I would have to give to the son is, and my mom used to say this a lot, I pay the cost to be the boss. You living with me in my house, it's my rules. If I said I want to come up in here and this house be squeaky clean, especially if it's here all day long, you and your baby mama, and my house is nasty, yeah, I'm going to need you to leave. Because I shouldn't come home to a dirty house. You ain't doing nothing. Don't sound like they're going off to no job, but yeah, your mama's the boss. And if you don't like her rules, you can always leave. No, it don't sound like your mama is holding you hostage. I don't know. Then maybe she is, Don't sound like she's going to have a fit if you leave. So you got to learn. And this is for any kid. I don't care how old you are. You living with your parents. They pay the cost to be the boss because you couldn't afford to be the boss when you was on your own. So when you come back home, you're going to have to do what they say do. Now, I come from a day and age. It's how old I am, okay? I see that Grace Street. I come from a day and age when you was grown, and even some of these kids who wasn't grown, when they parents went to work, oh, you ain't going to be up in here sucking. I think it's abuse, especially if it's a young kid, but I'm just saying for the point of context, you ain't going to be sucking up no electricity while I'm at work. You ain't going to be running no good-ass air conditioning while I'm at work, because the point is you should be at work too. You should be helping to contribute to the house, but to allow him to sit up there with his baby mama and they causing her that kind of stress, because I get it. I'm one of those people too. I don't like a messy house. I don't like a messy space, because it messes with you mentally to come home. And then if they're home draining electricity, playing games and movie night, then yeah, I'm sure mom's is paying the high-ass electric bill and the water bill. And then I'm sure when she goes into the kitchen, y'all done ate up all the food. And then you didn't wash the dishes that you cooked the food with. The garbage is probably boiling over, you know. And then some people are probably saying, well, where is the dad? Maybe the dad said, oh, no, Junior Flip, you ain't coming to stay with me. You need to figure out how to pay the cost to be the boss. Because, see, the other assumption is often the dad, where the daddy at? Oh, the daddy, maybe the daddy told his rusty behind, no, you can't come stay with me. Because when I was with your mama, I'm just paraphrasing, I don't know, I took care of her until I didn't have to, you know. So you was running around, rolling around the sack with your little girlfriend, and y'all found y'all way yourself in a bad way. Maybe the daddy did him a favor and said no, and the mama told him yes. And now that's what she's stuck with.
You know, this whole scenario reminds me of those of us in our era, Demetra. Remember, we were known as latchkey kids. And it wasn't a crime to leave your kids, whatever the deal is. But remember, like we had expectations, right? As children. Remember, I don't know if your parents said this, but my parents said this. My job is to go to school and bring home good grades and to listen to the rules of what my mom said, right? Her house, exactly what you were saying. And then her job was to go to work without having to come off her job because of my shenanigans at school and pay the bills. That was my mom's job, and I had a job. However, school ends at a certain time. My mom doesn't get off work like most parents. Didn't get off work till like 5 or 4:30, whatever. By the time you get over there, and there was no after-school programs back in our day like that. You would go to the boys' club or the girls' club or whatever, 4-H club, whatever you're doing. So we were known as latchkey kids. You don't let nobody in the door. Don't go outside, whatever the deal is. And what were some of the rules we had to do? Have the rice out and ready, have the rice made and the rice cooker, whatever you're doing. And, you had to take the meat out for mom when she does come home to cook it. And one thing after working a hard day, and I can say this, and and I'm kind of proud of myself about this, being my mom, being a widow. One thing my mom did not have to worry about when she came home was a dirty house. Everything was done. Clean the bathrooms. My mom, she got us animals to take with. My mom didn't have to take care of those damn animals. All my mom had to do was buy the food. It was on me and my brother to take care of those animals and do all that other stuff like that. My mom did. I remember, I'm going to keep this as short as I can. And I kind of look back on it. My mom would come home from work. She would sit on the couch or lay on the couch. She didn't even lay in her bedroom. She'd lay on the couch because I guess that was the best acoustics, so you can hear what the kids are doing. My mom would command from that couch what we have to do if she wanted us to do something. Oh, go do this, go do that, like that. And I remember when I graduated high school, and my mother was so used to not having to do anything other than go to work. Now there's nobody in the house because my brother and I are grown. Now my mom has to do stuff for herself, and she did. But I could see how spoiled my mom was in that aspect. When you've got your kids trained up to where everything just flows, it's a great feeling. And when I see these young kids that are in love with their children, they're failing their children when they don't make their children do anything. But like I said, Demetra and I, we didn't grow up in the same household, but we had the same experience. Demetra, there's no way your mom would come home and that house is dirty with you and Amanda up in there. Walter doing what he's got to do with Pops, doing all that other stuff, and stepdad and all that other. Jeremiah, you guys were taking care of your baby big brother, all that other good stuff. Where did all that go? What happened to that?
Because we've gotten too far away from tradition. Traditionally, I had three siblings. My youngest brother is significantly younger than my older siblings, and I. But Saturday, it was Soul Train and cleaning. And then once you did all of that, because we were, if we weren't doing an event, because we were always involved in something, after you did all that, you got your little allowance and you were able to go to the mall and the movies or the Castle Park or whatever it was. And Sunday you went to church. Those were the expectations. And like you said, go to school, get good grades and all that other stuff. For me, it was just pass, right? You don't have to be great grades, but just pass. But we've moved so far away from that. I mean, I hate to say it, and this is not all, but a lot of grown people don't even clean their house no more. A lot of grown people, Don't do that. I mean, hell, you and I both had grandmas. Everybody did. I remember going to my grandmama's house, and their house was sparkly, clean, you know. Um, and my parents were like, I wish I would come home to a dirty house. I wish I would, you know. I tell you about the time that one of us, I remember whose time it was, we didn't do the dishes. And my stepfather woke us up at like 3 in the morning. Was like, oh, y'all left the dishes in the sink. Get up and do them. Go up in there, and all the dishes that were in the cabinets, the counters, the drawers was out, and we had to wash all of the dishes. And guess what? We never did. We never did that again. Because back then it was, I said what I said. But these parents, as you said, are in love with their children. And I don't want to, you know, see, I'm one of those parents. I'm kind of like, I don't say I'm an anomaly. I'm not. But even with my nieces and nephews, I'm like, what did your mama say? Like the last time I was there, my nephew, I love him, great kid and everything, but he was struggling with listening. Now I was in the office doing something, and I kept hearing them talking to him. So I put on my auntie persona. I went and I said, boy, did they tell you to do something? He said, yeah. I said, what the problem is? I said, I'm trying to do my thing, and I'm listening to them to give you a directive, and you got all that lip. I said, that's not wasn't for up for discussion. It was a directive for you to do something. Are we clear? He said, yes. See, that's how I'm built. I'm not going to be repeating myself to no kids. I'm not going to be having no discussion with you. I'm not going to be, well, why? Because I motherfucking said. That's why. And if I have to say it again, it ain't going to be with my mouth. See, that's how I was.
You know, and it's funny that you say that. You have all these people that claim to be Christians and all this other stuff, right? The Bible says you raise a child in the way they're going to grow up and be. I'm paraphrasing, by the way, but basically, you raise a child in the way of, the Lord, whatever how they're going to do, right?
Child in the way that it should go that way when it's old, it will not depart from it.
Exactly. And I'm going to tell you guys like this. Everything my mother taught me, I still do to this very day. The first thing I do, and it's funny because it's like the funny thing you say that. I don't know if it's a pet peeve of mine or whatever, but it's just I'm so used to doing it. I will never get out of my bed without doing it, unless there's somebody in it. I wash my face. I mean, it's the same routine my mother taught me that hasn't changed in 54 years. My mother says it all the time. Ain't nothing new under the sun. You still got to wash your ass. You still got to, do things that you're supposed to do. You don't leave for work, because I'm a bachelor, whenever I was a bachelor, and you got a dishes full of stuff, or like you said, the trash spilling out. You got to take that out. You don't want your house smelling like that. I have 3 cats now. 3 cats. And thank God they go outside and stuff like that. But now I have an older cat, and I have a litter box, right? But the thing is, I got to spend a little bit more money, but I get these litter crystals where it doesn't have to smell anything or whatever within the house. I vacuum every day because I have animals. These are things my mother taught me that I have not gone away from. And somehow, as things have progressed, all this technology, our kids are dumber than what they were. But I will say this. I had a friend come over. He's an electrician, and he was helping me put in fans and ceiling lights. Demetra, do you know, I was so impressed with this guy because not only did he come over, he brought 3 of his sons. Black man now. He had them all get with it in regards to putting in the lights, and and he's questioning them how they did everything like that. I asked one kid, well, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to be in IT. That's what I want to do in college. One guy is they're all doing different things, different things. And I said, well, do you guys want to be an electrician? They're like, nah, I don't want to do electrician. But I told them, I said, look, even though you don't want to be an electrician, get the certification anyway and put it in your back pocket. And his dad looked at them and he said, how many people have told you that? I said, you might not ever use it, but if you had to use it, I said, because I have 12 degrees. And I said, I have a lot of friends that everybody's degreed up. When the pandemic hit, who were the only people working? The electricians, the construction, the hairstylists, everybody that can work with their hands continued to work, while the rest of us with all our degrees, we stayed at home. And they were like, yeah. Raise a child in the way that they should be, and they will continue that. And it's obvious this lady in this video did not raise her son in the way that he should have been raised, because as a grown man, and you're dealing with all that, and we understand, those of us that have children, your house isn't going to be super spotless, but it shouldn't be in the condition of the person that you are under in that condition. If my mom said you can live here rent free, long as you, like you said, keep a small space, that's what I'm going to do, because my mom, when the kids are getting out of hand, okay, kids, let's go. We're going to get in the car. We're going to the park, because, grandma doesn't want to hear all that noise. I'm going to do everything I can to keep a low profile. But unfortunately, it's obvious from what I saw, that child has no respect for his mother, because there's no way in hell her home would be in that condition. I'm a grown man right now. When I go home, even though I hate doing it, I tell my mom all the time, I don't go on vacation to work. But still, when my mother has a list for me to do, I do it. My mom doesn't have to ask me, take out the trash when I see the trash needs to be taken out, or the litter box. You know what I mean? Because I was raised to know how to do it. When I even go to my aunt's or cousin's house, I said, oh, Donovan, you don't have to do that. Oh, yeah, dude, that's no big deal. Let me take it out. But it's just so sad that we've gotten away from traditional values. And I'm hoping we could move, back to traditional values, because it seems to me this new way of doing things is a disaster.
And it is, it is. And like you said, people, we have routines. Make your bed, to get yourself together. To me, it's scary to think that there's some people who get up and don't they don't even brush your teeth. Just get up and just go about your day. And it's like, do you smell yourself? Because I'm one of those people, I like to leave a house that's clean. I get sometimes you're busy, maybe it's a little disheveled, but unsanitary, hell to the no, okay? And I like to come back to a house that's clean. So like I'm one of those people, when I go on vacation, I clean like people are coming. I get everything you clean, and I'll make sure all the garbage is out. I mean, just make sure the whole house is just like nothing's out of place, because I know when I'm on vacation, I want to come back to that. I don't want to come back to it. Damn, let me clean up because I left it a mess, because I was packing clothes and stuff everywhere. I want to come back and put my suitcase down, unpack it. My daughter says that I'm a psychopath or something, because she says, who cleans their suitcase out the day they get back? I'm like, well, I guess I'm crazy. I don't know. But, and then I want to sit down, but I don't want to have to be cleaning, or whatever the case is. So in closing, we just need to get back to traditions, Do I think she should put him out? I think she should definitely give him a very stiff timeline. I don't want to see you and these, my grandbaby and your baby mama in the streets, but y'all got 30 days, 60, 30 days to figure something out, because I cannot live like this. My blood pressure is going through the roof, and I'm going to lose my edges effing with y'all. And I don't want to ruin the relationship we have. I love you, but I'm going to need you to put the PlayStation away and bust a hustle, do whatever you need to do to get you and your cute little family about my stuff. That's
and not to belabor the point, but okay, you have your daughter who lives in California, but when she comes and's with you in the time that she's with you, you ain't got to tell her what she needs to do, because you raised her to know what needs to be done. And let me just say, you are enjoying the spoils of having a personal chef within your home, and it's all good. But see, and
chef, if I need something assembled, like I had a perfume cabinet that I ordered today, a little stand, and it was all disassembled, and I handed her the box. I said, here, this is for you to put together. She put it together like so. She's very industrious.
Right, but an
Very
asset
industrious.
versus a liability.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to get back to that. I mean, for me as a man, I get upset when I see these young men being destroyed by their mothers, and their mother's excuse for everything is, well, the father should be doing that, but the father's not there. He's not there. That doesn't give you the excuse to do nothing and let your son grow up to be nothing. Do something. Have him go to his uncle. Have him go to his positive cousin. Have him, however you do it. Yes, ladies, you can't raise a man. So if you know that, send him to where positive men will be, and he will pick up something. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, and kudos to your electrician for bringing his sons and teaching them to trade. And you're absolutely right. Have that trade. The very least, you meet a young lady, and she's like, you know what? My electricity, my lights keep flickering. He's like, oh, baby, I got it. I can fix it. And it's like, really? Because if I need a man, I'm not saying that there's not, but men that work with their hands like they used to, they rarely.
Demetra, I was so impressed with these young men that I had no problem paying them more than what I told them I was going to pay them. He had his sons on point. I mean, they were respectful. They were very professional. You can tell that. And, for me, seeing, I think their dad was like 42 or something like that. And I think two of the kids were his stepkids, but, they're all together. He's got them all together. But seeing the pride on that father's face as he's directing his sons, and it's a family business, like how they do it, I was just so proud to see a black, well, he's mixed, but okay, let's just say black, a black man and his sons working together. I mean, I'm serious. I was just like, wow, this is what's up. This is what's up. I mean,
and the sons didn't have no attitude. Why I gotta be here when you have up?
Yeah, very respectful. They're like, hey, Mr. Donovan, do you want this over here? Whatever. Which side do you want? I mean, they were young men in there, and we're not talking about teenagers. We're talking about maybe like 19, 20, and 23 or something like that. Young men. And of course, when you're a young person, you think you know everything about the world. But they have that skill. And I kept telling them, I said, do you know how important to be an electrician is? I said, you can work at an airport. You can work in a construction business. You can do it all. I said, and just to have you come on site, if I had a problem, asked his son, hey, my house is older. I need to, eventually change my circuit breaker box. He looked at it. He said, it's going to cost about $3,500 to upgrade it, whatever, which is about right. And I told him, I said, look, when the time comes for me to do that, I'm bringing you guys back if you guys are not in college or something. Not I mean, it almost brought a tear to my eye to see that family working together. And his father said, he goes, I pay him well, to keep him going like that. And I'm just saying, what happened to that in our community? What happened? And I had no problem paying them extra than what I told them I was going to pay them. Had no problem.
Yeah, we need to get back to the, I said what I said, mentality. You got to start that from the cradle. If you got a trade, you need to teach your children, this is what we do. You may not want to do this for a living, but you'll know how to do it. Like I said, with my brother Walter, my dad's been a mechanic since he was 19, and Walter knows how to fix cars.
Walter will, if need be, in his suit, will get under the car and do what he's got to do to get the car moving.
He knows how to fix cars because he learned that from my father. My father would take him to work and all that other stuff. So you gotta. That's what everybody else do, and I know we do that too. But I'm saying we need to really get back to that. Just the same as some people say, why don't women know how to cook anymore? It's because the secrets and the recipes are dying with Big Mama. And those aren't being passed down. So we have to keep that tradition going, right? So anyway, we're gonna get out here. Love and appreciate.
A woman ain't gotta cook what you mean. He can cook for himself. What you talking about? I ain't gotta cook no more. I'm working too. He can do that by himself. I don't need no man. Any man gonna tell me my kid. That's about it. That nigga could do on his own. That's what we get.
Well, they're not wrong. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we're going to get out here. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all. We'll see y'all tonight at 5 p.m. Central Time for the live show. What we'll talk about, I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure it will be interesting. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. Peace.